Hi everyone, myself Bindu Jayadev. Welcome to my channel Math Studio. This channel is entirely dedicated to mathematical and statistical concepts for young and adult learners. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out any important lectures. Let's start our topic. This video, we are discussing the topic Measures of Central Tendency, which is a part of the syllabus of the subject Business Statistics for different programs BCom, BBI, BMS, BAF, MBA, and MCA. Measures of Central Tendency is also called as measures of locations or averages. Averages. The word average is one of the most commonly used in day-to-day conversation. For example, we often talk about the average strength of the class, average score in cricket, average height, average income, and the average lifespan of an Indian. What do you mean by average? Average is a single value that represents a group of values. Students here note that the word average does not necessarily mean usual average which we studied in school. The average which we studied in school is most commonly used average in our day-to-day life, that is arithmetic mean. Try to understand arithmetic mean is one of the averages, and this topic measures of central tendency we are learning various averages including mean, median, mode, quartiles, deciles, and percentile. Let us consider few values. I'm going to take values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have taken 5 values. How do you find the average of these numbers? It is very simple. We are going to add all these numbers and divide it by the number of values. That means we are finding the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 whole divided by total number of values, that is 5, that is equal to 15 divided by 5. The answer is 3. Now listen here. Here 3. 3 is the average of the values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now 3 locates in the middle part of this distribution. That means averages are generally the central part of the distribution. Therefore, it is called as measures of central tendency. Averages are the values which lies in between two extreme values. Now see here, this 3 lies in between the extreme values, that is 1 and 5. Average is an attempt to find one single figure, to find a single figure to describe the whole figures. Now we'll discuss about the objective of averages. How the averages are useful. It is useful for describing the distribution in concise manner. That means to get a single value for the entire group. The single value that describes the characteristics of the entire group. From that single value, one can get an idea about the entire data or that distribution. Next, it is useful for the comparative study of distribution. Comparison made either at a point of time or over the period of time. For example, average height of BCom students can be compared with average height of BSc students. Same way, we can compare the average marks of that particular class compared with the average mark of the next division. And now it is also useful for computing various statistical measures such as dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. Now we'll discuss about the different types of averages. What are the important types of averages? That is arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median, mode, quartiles, deciles, and percentile. Here in this video, we are going to discuss about arithmetic mean in detail. That means how to calculate arithmetic mean for grouped and ungrouped data, and also combined and weighted mean. Before we proceed with arithmetic mean, let us recall the basic concept from statistics, that is classification of data. What do you mean by data? Data means information. Once we collect the information or data, we will go to the second step, that is classifying the data. We prefer to consider the data in the classified form for drawing the conclusions very easily. That means to analyze the distribution or the data and interpret the results. Such classified form are called as frequency distribution. For that, let us consider an example to understand the classification of data. We are going to learn three different classification of data, that is raw data, discrete data and continuous data. Raw data, that is individual observation. Discrete data, that is ungrouped frequency distribution or ungrouped data. Continuous data, that is group frequency distribution or group data. Before going to learn the arithmetic mean, we have to identify all these different types of data. For this, I'll take an example. In a classroom, a teacher has conducted a test that is for 10 marks for 10 students. For 10 students. After the test paper, marks were obtained like this way. Teacher has written all the marks 8, 10, 5, 7, 10, 9, 2, 8, 7, 6. I have written randomly the numbers, that is 10 students mark 8, 10, 5, 7, 10, 9, 2, 8, 7 and 6. Here teacher is not arranged this data. Teacher has written as it is. That's why it is called as raw data. We are not written in ascending or descending order, but still the number is less. Teacher can analyze this data and come to a conclusion that fine, there are two students got full marks in that test, correct? And few students got less than 5. Like that way, teachers can analyze that one. But in case this number, if it is increased, for the second example, I'm considering the same 10 marks test, but teacher is conducted for 50 students. Now, I think it is clear for you raw data. Raw data means we are going to write the information as it is without doing any arrangement. That is called as raw data. Now, in case of this example, 50 students mark, if teacher is going to write in the same format, it is very difficult to analyze and interpret that data. For that purpose, teacher is going to make a table. That means in a tabular form. Now, here teacher is making two columns, that is first column, that is marks, and second column, that is number of students. Number of students. Now what teacher is going to do? Teacher is going to write the marks because it is out of 10. Therefore, the students can score the marks from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. 10. That means teacher has listed the marks in first column. Now according to the students' performance, teacher is going to take how many students scored 0 marks. In case here, just imagine in that class no one scored 0, therefore teacher is written 0. In the next, how many students got 1 mark, teacher is calculated, that is 5. Like this way, teacher is going to write the entire data in this format, like 10, that is just imagine that 5. That means teacher is made with two columns. Teacher is completely changed that data in two column, that format. That is first column, that is marks, second column, that is students. Here marks is represent the value of the observation. It is, we can write as x, the value of the observation. That means for in this case, this example it is marks. In some other example is suppose it is the height of the students. Therefore I'm going to write there, that is height. If the weight of the students, we are going to write that weight. Okay, suppose the salary of some employee, we are going to write that one as salary there. That means here the general notation is x. Now here, number of students. What is this? This is actually the number of times the value of the observation is repeated. That is called as frequency, that is f. That is called as frequency. Therefore, in general, these two columns will represent like this way, x and f, that is here the observation, the value of the observation, and f, that is a frequency. If you are going to write the information or you are going to write this data in this format, it is called as discrete data. It is called as discrete data or it is ungrouped data. Ungrouped frequency distribution. Therefore, try to understand in the ungrouped frequency distribution, always there is a value for the observation and also the frequency. Now we will consider the next example, that is continuous data. That is continuous data, correct? In continuous data, here we are going to consider the example 100 marks test. and teacher is going to conduct for 50 students. 50 students. Now see, the number is more, the number of students are more. It is not possible to represent in row data. And now discrete data, what is the issue? If you are going to make the column as marks, this is 100 marks test paper. Means we have to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. We are up to 100. That is also it is not possible. In that case, teacher is going to make a group for that marks. That means teacher is going to group it like this way: 0 to 10 marks first interval, second interval 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Like this way it continues. The last one it will come 90 to 100. That means this is the first column, that is marks only, but is grouped such a way that it is called as class interval. Now here same thing, that is number of students. That is represented by your frequency f. This way, if teacher is going to represent that data, it is called as continuous data, or it is called as group frequency distribution, because we group this interval. Now this interval, you have to learn that what is inclusive, what is exclusive. That I will explain to you the time to time and the sums going to solve it. Okay. Now before going to the arithmetic mean, for the calculation, we have to be very clear about these three different types of data, that is raw data, discrete data, and continuous data. That means how the raw data is going to write and how it is going to represent a discrete data. In the discrete data, there are two columns, one is x and one is f. X is the value of the observation and f is the frequency. And continuous data or group frequency distribution, we are going to make it two columns only. That is not x directly, that is class interval. It is going to be grouped. Your values of the observation is grouped as an interval. Therefore, class interval, and the next column is frequency distribution. Now let us go to learn how to find arithmetic mean for raw data. This is the first one. Calculate arithmetic mean for raw data. Now you know how to represent the data. Now for calculating the arithmetic mean, first of all, we need to learn arithmetic mean is represented by x bar. Because we are taking the values of x. We are taking the values of x, that is x1, x2, x3, etc. xn. I have taken above the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same thing. Here it is in general, we are talking about x1, x2, x3 and xn. Then the formula for finding arithmetic mean, see here, here it is representing as a raw data, just writing all the numbers as it is. Therefore, the arithmetic mean x bar is equal to sigma x whole divided by n. What is this? This is a symbol, that is sigma. It is read as sigma. Sigma means summation. It is called as summation. We are going to add the values of x. That means if sigma x means you are going to add all values of x. If suppose if you are talking about sigma y, you are going to add all the values of y. Therefore, this is a symbol and it is read as sigma. And n is total number of observation. How many values are there? Therefore, the above example we consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and divided by 5. Here n is equal to 5 and x1, x2, x3, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We added, we find the sum and divided by 5. That is, this is the easiest one to find the arithmetic mean for raw data. Now we will consider few examples to solve it. My dear students, please take one notebook and also a calculator, simple calculator. In any commerce stream, the mathematics, business, statistics, the universities are allowed to use the calculators, but only simple calculator. And please practice with a simple calculator, not with a mobile, because the functions are different. Therefore, before examination, you need a good speed to do. Okay. Now, be ready with your calculator and book. We are going to solve the sums. This is the first question which we are going to solve it. Read the question. The ages of participants in a swimming competition were as follows. Calculate the arithmetic mean of the ages. Ages in years is given. Now, first step is that you identify which data it is. Now, it is very clear that for us, because numbers are written like this way, therefore, this is representing the raw data. Now think about that. What is the next step? We need to use a formula. What is your formula? Formula is x bar is equal to sigma x divided by n. Now what is x here? X means here ages in years. Now how do you start writing this one? That means let x be the ages of participants. Right? We are going to define our x, that is ages of participants in years. Now we are writing what is your x. Now read it. That is 26, 24, 27, 27, 30, 29, 25 and 28. First step we finish. Now next we are going to write what is n. What is n here? N means number of observation. How many values are given? Just count always twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 values. Take it here. You are written 8 values or not. Then you are writing here n is equal to 8. Therefore, x is written, n is written. You can apply the formula, that is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean AM. Okay. But examination write in full. Represented by x bar equal to sigma x summation x divided by. Let's substitute it. That means summation of x. These are the x values, right? You are going to add, that is 26 plus 24 plus 27 plus 27. Number is repeated twice. Write it properly. 30 plus 29 plus 25 plus 28 whole divided by 8. Now here you can use the calculator and calculate what is the sum and divided by 8. Therefore, the next step, that is equal to 216 divided by 8. The answer is equal to 27. That means here the answer for arithmetic mean for these ages in years, that is equal to 27. That is 27 years. This is the average or the arithmetic mean of the ages of this participant. These are the steps. Now I'll tell you, normally in the raw data, in the examination, mostly it comes for the MCQ question. Therefore, there is no need for you to write the steps or anything. Just add it divided by number of observation. That is your answer. But always make sure that you will add the number of observation means twice minimum. Because if this 8 is going to be wrong, suppose while counting you are getting 9 or 7, the answer is going to be wrong. Okay. Therefore, here arithmetic mean for raw data is the easiest one. How to do it, I just showed you. What are the steps and how you are going to write it. Now, this is the way you are going to write the answer. Like this way. Now, we will do one more sum in the same category. That is question number 2. Here it is given, the question is given in different format. Calculate the arithmetic mean of height of 10 students. It is written that 10 students. That means it's automatically n equal to 10. And heights of the student. That means this is height means that is your x. It's in a BCom class. But see here, there are two columns here. Don't be confused. This is not a discrete data. Because here it is given the roll number. Roll number means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Even if the roll number is not given, still we can find what is the average height of the students, because height for different 10 students is given. Therefore, we need only this column. Therefore, this column, roll number, has no role in this question. But don't try to misunderstand that this is going to be a discrete data. It is also a row data. Now, same way we will proceed it. That is, here first write what is your x, because you are defining your x. Let x be the height of the students, of the 10 students. You can write like that way also, 10 students. Therefore, x equal to, write all values, 160, 157, 162, 155, 158, 161, 154, 159, 152, 156. 10 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Count it always. In case if you miss one value, then also the answer is going to be wrong. Now what is n? N, it is very clear. It is given in the question itself. Sorry, it is not 8, it is 10. It is 10. Okay. Now we have written x, n. What is the next step? We are going to write the formula. That is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean x bar is equal to sigma. That is summation of x divided by n. Please try to write always the formula, because if it is a descriptive question, always the formula carries marks. That is equal to, now summation of x, we are going to add these all numbers. 160 plus 157 plus 162 plus 155 plus 158 plus 161 plus 154 plus 159 plus 152 plus 156. Try to write in one line only. Whole divided by 10. Now take your calculator and add these numbers. That is 1 second. Just create the space. That is equal to, if you add these numbers, that is 1574 whole divided by 10. The answer is 157.4 is your answer. This is in centimeter because this is the height. It is given in the question itself, that is in centimeter. You can write the unit as centimeter. Okay. Now use a calculator and add all these numbers, and that you are getting the sum as 1574, that is 1574 divided by 10, that is equal to 157.4 centimeters. Therefore, these are the two examples for how to calculate arithmetic mean for raw data. Now next, the arithmetic mean for discrete data. How do you calculate arithmetic mean for discrete data? Here I have shown the same thing. Now we will go to the next one, that is arithmetic mean for discrete data. Here the formula, first of all, try to understand. X bar is the same thing for representing the arithmetic mean, that is in general. Now here x bar, what is the formula? The formula it is, that is equal to, again it is summation, but only the difference, because of discrete data the frequency will come f into x whole divided by sigma f. For raw data, what is that? X bar equal to sigma x upon n. Instead of here x, here it comes f also. F into x. I will explain you while solving the sum, and also sigma f. The same formula you can write in another way also. That is also equal to sigma fx whole divided by n. Here what is n? N represent your summation of f. That is total frequency. Total number of observation. Therefore, capital N denotes the summation of f. Summation of f means total frequency, the total number of observation. Now, how do you solve this question? That we will see through one example. Now, all of you just see this question. Sorry. The question is, find arithmetic mean, okay, of variable x taking the values as follows. It is given in tabular form. Correct? That is first row, that is x, and next one is frequency. Therefore, your frequency means f. The values are given. X values 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and frequencies are given. Now see here, this is which data? This is your ungrouped data, that is your discrete data. If it is discrete data, what is the formula? Formula it is x bar is equal to summation of fx whole divided by summation of f. Now for solving this, what is the step number 1? The step number 1, you will make a table. In that table, it consists of 3 columns. Now see, I have already constructed that table and we are going to solve it. See here, in that table, how many columns are there? 3 columns are there. The first 2 columns are your question only. Now, please try to understand, in most of the statistical sums, which we are going to use the table for solving it. For that purpose, always the first 2 columns are going to be the questions. Now here, first is your X and second is your F. Therefore, all of you make your table very fast, that is with 3 columns here. First is your X values are written and second is F values I have written. That means here 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and here 12, 30, 42, 28 and 80. Now, what is the next column, third column? That is your F into X. What is Fx? What is the meaning of Fx? Fx means you are multiplying F values with your X values. That means 2 into 4. You can write 2.4 also in maths. It is the same. Now here, F into X means F multiplied with X. Here we are going to take the values here. First one, F into X. We are going to fill this column. That is 50 into 12. Here what is actually 50 into 12. The answer is 600. I'm going to fill it here 600. Next is 60 into 30. That is 1800. Next one is 70 into 42. That is 2940. Next is 80 into 28. That is 2240. Next is 90 into 18. That is 1620. That means here we completed the column. That is your third column, F into X. F into X means F multiplied with F. Fx. Now, after finishing this, what you are going to do is, in the last, you will make it the sum. Now see here. This is F and this is your Fx. Now see your formula. What is your formula? Formula is summation of Fx and denominator is summation of F. Now see this column first. What is your second column? That is your F, right? If you add these numbers, what you are going to get it here? That is summation of F. Suppose if you add X, you will get summation of X, but we don't record that one. Now for second column, we are going to add this 12 plus 30 plus 42 plus 28 plus 18. That is equal to 130, 130. That is your sigma F. Summation of F. Now third column, that is 600, 1800, 2940. Like this way we are going to add. You will get the value that is sigma Fx, that is summation of Fx. The values just add with your calculator, that is 9200. Now, right now it is completed your table. Therefore, what is your first step for discrete data? Create a table with 3 columns. First column X, second column F, third column. What is your extra column? That is Fx. Because X and F from question only, just copy that values. Then you are going to calculate Fx column. Fx means F multiplied with X. Corresponding F you multiply with corresponding X. Then you are completed that columns. Last what you are going to do? Add the F column. Once if you add the F column, you will get sigma F, summation of F. And then what is the second? Add next column, that is sigma Fx, summation of Fx. Here this is 130 and 9200. Okay. Now what is the next step you are going to do? First step is finish the column. Next step, write your formula. That is arithmetic mean x bar equal to summation Fx divided by summation F. That is equal to, what is the number here? That is 9 value 9200 divided by 130. Calculate, divide it. You are going to get it 70.77 is your answer. Now here we are going to not writing any unit because it is not given in the question. Therefore, we are just writing that the answer is equal to 70.77. Therefore, this is for discrete data. So it is going to be clear for you. That means first make a table with 3 columns and complete that table. Then use the formula, substitute the formula and solve it. Therefore, you are going to get the answer. Therefore, this is the one of the example for the discrete data. Next example, we will do one more question. The next question. Here, the question it is, calculate the mean value of income per month of families in a town from the following data. Mean, normally which mentioned for arithmetic mean. What is given the column income? Income in rupees 1000, it is given 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That means 25,000, 26,000 like this way. And number of families 3, 6, 9, 14, 10 and 8. Now here it is very clear for us that what is this? This first column it is your X and second column number of families, that means F. That means it represents which data? Discrete data. Discrete data. Okay. Same step. What we are going to do? First, we are going to create the table. In that table, there are 3 columns. First column is X, second column is F. If instead of writing this income, you can write directly X and F. Okay. F means it is number of families and X means here income, that is a 1000. Okay. Here 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 and F the values are written. Now what is the next column? Third column we need to create as F into X. That is F into X. Now we are going to multiply. That means 25 here, 25 multiplied by 3, that is 75. 26 multiplied by 6, that is 156. F into 6 corresponding values we are multiplying. Here it is going to come 243. Use your calculator and calculate 392. 28 into 14 and next is 290. Next one is 240. Now table effects we calculated. Now what we are going to calculate next? We are going to calculate this column. That is we are going to add F values. That is your summation of F. And we are going to add last column. That is your third column. That is summation of Fs. If you add F values, that is summation of F, that is equal to 50. Total is 50. 3 plus 6 plus 9. You are going to add it. That is going to be 50. And last column, that is your Fx column. Once you are going to add, you are going to get it 1396. Right now, you have completed your table. In that table, there are 3 columns. We completed the Fx column and last calculation for summation of F and summation of Fx. Now see, this summation of F is also, it is named as n. That means you can write n is equal to 50 also. Both it is same. Some of the notebooks they use some of the textbook they use this notation, that is n. Both it is same. Total number of frequency. After completing this table, you are going to use your formula. What is your formula? Arithmetic mean x bar equal to summation of fx, that is sigma fx divided by sigma f. Now here substitute the values 1396 divided by 50, that is equal to 27.92, that is in this one. This is your answer because your income is given in rupees. This is in rupees. Therefore, here one more example which we solve for discrete data. The data is given like income and number of families. We identify it is a discrete data. That's why we use the table for 3 columns with X, F and Fx. Then we use the formula and substitute it and you are getting this one as a answer. Next one we will discuss arithmetic mean for continuous data. Please try to understand for the formula for discrete data and continuous data for calculating arithmetic mean, it is same. That means it is continuous data also x bar equal to summation of fx divided by summation of f, or otherwise we will write summation of fx whole divided by n. Both it is same. Here the formula it is same, but while calculating the arithmetic mean for continuous data, we need to change that format. That means instead of 3 columns in discrete data, we are going to use 4 columns. That we will see it through an example. Now see here, calculate arithmetic mean of the following. This is a question. Calculate arithmetic mean of the following. It is given the table, production in tons, number of factories. How do you make out this is a continuous data? Because of the class interval. Because it is given in class interval, right? 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. That means this column actually represent the class interval and this one represent frequency. Therefore, it is continuous data. Now, how do you solve this one? Now, while making first step, make the table with 4 columns. How many columns? 4 columns. What are the first two? That is in production instance. That is your class interval. Second column, that is your F. Therefore, these two things are clear. First column, your class interval, that is in your question. And next column, that is your F, that is also in your question. Now, third column, because our formula is sigma Fx, F and x, F multiplied by x. That means you need x here, right? Therefore, next column it is x. But what is x? X is not given directly. Therefore, this is x here. This is called as class mark. What it is? Class mark. Okay. Next column is as it is, that is f into x. Now I'll tell you what is this class mark. Now see, this is a new thing for continuous data, that is class mark. Class mark is denoted by x. Class mark means now you are considering first class interval. Just see what is the first class interval? 20 to 30. That means this is an interval. 20 to 30. The middle part, that means middle value is called as your class mark. That means midpoint of this interval. If you are considering this is an interval like this way, 20 to 30, this is a mid value is called as a class mark. Therefore, 20 to 30, what is your midpoint? That is 25. Therefore, here what is x for that class interval? That is 25. How do you calculate it actually? If you want to calculate, that means calculating, that is 20 plus 30 divided by 2. That is your 25. Therefore, here I'm going to write what is your class mark for first class interval? That is 25. What is the second interval? That is 30 to 40. Correct? In 30 to 40, what is going to be your midpoint? That means we know it, that is equal to 35. But how do you get it? That is 30 plus 40 divided by 2, that is equal to 35. Now for you, it is automatically you can write all the values. 20 to 30, 25. 30 to 40, 35. Therefore, what is going to be 40 to 50? 45, 55. Next value. Next is 65, 75, 85. Therefore, here we are creating a new column, that is x. X is actually what? Class mark. Class mark is the midpoint of a corresponding class interval. Now, after this, same thing, what you have done in your discrete data, you have multiplied with f into x. Where is f here? F second column, what is x? That is a third column. Therefore, we are going to multiply and we are going to write the values, that is 15 into 25, that is 375. Next, 490. 14 into 35. Next, 765,210. Take your calculator and calculate it. Multiplication 20 into 65. 1300. Next is 1350. 1350. Next is 1190. Now we are completing your columns. How many columns are there? 4 columns. In discrete data, only 3, but in continuous, it is 4. One is extra, that means x, because it is given in class interval. We are going to create x column. X is called as class mark. Class mark is the midpoint of your class interval. And I showed you how do you calculate the class means midpoint. This is, now see, one more thing. This is a class interval 20 to 30. 20 is called as a lower limit and 30 is called as an upper limit. If you add lower limit and upper limit, divided by 2 is your midpoint. Okay, midpoint of the class interval. Therefore, that midpoint is called as a class mark. Here you have completed x values and fx values. Now, for the formula, it is the same, right? The discrete data as well as continuous data, it is same. I'm just rubbing this part now here. And we are going to write the formula I'm just writing the formula, then it is going to be clear that what you need to complete your columns. That means arithmetic mean x bar is equal to summation fx divided by summation f. That means you need these two values to substitute in that formula. Therefore, we are going to add which column? Second column. That is f column. That is your sigma f. You are going to calculate. Don't calculate this column because we don't require that. Don't waste time. And here it is next column, that is sigma f x square. Okay, here sigma f and sigma fx. Therefore, sigma f, that is equal to 120. Calculate with your calculator, and your summation of fx is coming 6680. Now you have completed your table. How many columns? 4 columns. I think it is clear for you. That is here x. X is a new column which we added. That is your class mark. Class mark is a midpoint of the class interval. These two columns are connected. 20 to 30, 25. If you are getting 25, the next one is 30 to 40, 35, 40 to 50, 45, like this way it continue. And after that, we are going to substitute in your formula x bar equal to sigma fx divided by sigma f, that is 6680 divided by 120. The answer is equal to 55.7, that is in tons. Production it is given. Okay. Therefore, this is your answer for continuous. So, we discussed three different data, how to calculate the arithmetic mean, raw data, discrete data, and continuous data. First of all, you identify which data, then apply the formula. According to the formula, you are going to create. In the raw data, it is very easy, just as find the sum and divide by number of observation. And discrete data, create 3 columns, and continuous data, there are 4 columns table. Complete the table, you will get all values what you need to substitute in the formula and solve it, you are going to get the answer. Therefore, this is the one of the question for the continuous data. More for your practice. The same thing it is I showed in the columns. Here, this is what we solve, and we are going to write last. If you can write this one, the mean production of the factory is 55.7 tons. If you are not writing also, it is okay. But this is actually we are completing the question. Okay. Now, see, at the end of this video, I will explain to you the most expected type of questions from this part. That means it can be asked few MCQ questions, and also for the descriptive questions with 4 marks and 5 marks question. And I will discuss with you end of this video how this questions will be asked or framed for the examination. Okay. Next question, one more question we'll do it for the continuous data. Question number 2. The following data give the yield of milk in liters per day in a certain dairy. Find the arithmetic mean. Here also the question is, what is your arithmetic mean? Now, go through the question. It is given the yield of milk in liters. See here, this is in class interval, very clear. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. Okay. Number of cows, 80, 100, 270, 50. Only 4 values are there. Therefore, here this is a continuous data. This is your F. We are going to make how many columns table? 4 columns. So what is your first column? That is your class interval. What is your second column? That is your frequency, number of factories, that is equal to F. What is the next column for you? That is your X. This is what you need to calculate. And next one is F into X. What is X here? X and class interval is connected. It is a midpoint of your class interval. Now see here, first class interval, 10 to 15. What is your midpoint? Last example, I showed you how to find the midpoint of this interval, right? That means you are going to, this is your lower limit, this is your upper limit. Add these values 10 and 15 divided by 2. Okay, that means here 25 divided by 2. Therefore, answer is going to come as 12.5. Therefore, here it is coming 12.5. The same way you are going to do it 15 to 20. Next is 15 to 20. In this interval, what is the midpoint? You are going to add 15 plus 20 all divided by 2. That is 35 divided by 2. Your answer is going to come 17.5. Like that way, continue and complete it. 20 to 25, what is going to come? 22.5, and next one 25 to 30, that is 27.5. After completing x, what you are going to do? You are going to multiply f and x. F and x you are going to multiply. That means here 80 into 12.5, that is your 1000. Next is 1750. Here 22.5 into 2, 70, that is 6075. The next one 1375. Now the calculation we come here, x completed, fx completed. What we need to calculate last? We need to calculate here sigma f, that is summation of f. And this column don't calculate sigma x because it is time is going to be wasted for the examination. Only this column and last column sigma fx is required. Okay, calculate it. Just add 80 plus 100 plus 270 plus 50. We are going to get it, that is equal to 500, and we are going to add these values, that is 10,200. Now you can write the formula arithmetic mean x bar equal to sigma fx divided by sigma f, that is 10,200 divided by 500. The answer is coming 20.4, that is in liter, because in question it is given liters. Therefore, here we solve two questions for continuous data, two questions from discrete, and two questions from raw data. Now, you can do more example. The same way the question is going to be asked for the examinations. Normally, for the descriptive question, for the continuous data, they're going to ask. Therefore, this is for the 4 or 5 marks question. Depends upon your question paper. This video covered the topic of arithmetic mean for raw data, discrete data, and continuous data, and we'll continue this topic in the next lecture with the concept combined and weighted mean. Also, we will discuss the model questions from this topic for exams. If you have any questions, suggestions, and queries, please ask in the comments box below. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this lecture, please like and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out video updates of new topics. Thank you.